first hurdle, semi-final again, and then last year final, one set away from the title.
Lot 15. Lot 30.
You can see with Priscilla, she likes to take her backhand quite flat and through the court, whereas the forehand has a bit more drive on it, a bit more spin on it. Prefers her backhand, as we mentioned.
Okay. So, Andrea, what, when you were in Cincinnati, you saw it click?
To make a lot of first serves. We saw right away what happens when you have to play with a second serve. And we'll see if she can keep it up with her serve +1 as well. Because if she can, very dangerous player on the hard courts, maybe the most dangerous.
And I assume the Cincinnati court speed was right in her wheelhouse, huh?
That was very fast there. It was maybe the fastest court I've seen in a long, long time.
Very purposefully, the USTA, these courts are not close to the speed of Cincinnati. They are in the regarded as the medium fast range.
And she does that well, Priscilla Hon. She is not afraid of the net, has a good transition game. Sam Stosur likes it. Former US Open champion, of course. 2011, I believe.
Yes.
2011.
And no surprise, Priscilla Hon said the two players that she most looked up to as she was coming through the ranks, Justine Henin and Sam Stosur.
Yeah, interesting, yeah. Both also like to attack the net, or used to do that when they were still playing.
40-30.
Wow, you can hear the crowd reacting. And Priscilla Hon hung in there for about 5 shots.
That was some incredible
Yes.
pace from both players. Absolutely stunning.
4 sets.
Sabalenka, you saw it in that point again. It just astounds me. She gets down in that incredible squat position. It gets so low to drive the ball.
Yeah, she's a very powerful player,
Oh.
and it's not only about the ground strokes when we say that about people. In Sabalenka's case, it's also how powerfully she moves around the court.
$15 love. $38 love. Last for serve.
And this right here is the danger of Sabalenka's game when you need the second serve. It's just those first 2 shots off the rally. If you can somehow neutralize those, you are in an okay position, but she really puts the pressure on you from the get-go.
Ooh, Hon got good depth on that backhand. Yeah, Sabalenka thought too deep.
Yeah, we saw that a few times with players who
who
are not believing.
Baseline.
Sabalenka wants to see it to believe it. Hon hits a nice spot there, so boards behind the baselines, and that's where the shot clocks are tucked up in the corners of those boards.
Love 15.
Have you seen a player so, from what I would say, thoroughly conquer the yips as Sabalenka has?
I don't think so. I think she might be.
I can't think of one myself. That's why I'm asking
Yeah,
you.
Zverev is one that has gotten it under control really well. But maybe they are the only ones where you almost cannot find a trace of it anymore. You only saw it with Sabalenka when she came back with that shoulder injury after Wimbledon. She had to skip Wimbledon. In Washington, D.C., she had a few more double faults in her first match, but eradicated them right after fairly quickly.
Priscilla Hon, not the biggest of stature. She took a whack at that serve.
15-30.
She does that really well. I watched her last qualifying round match, and on the second serve, she really goes up to the baseline, tries to take the ball early, risks a lot on those second serves, and I think that's a good play against Sabalenka here.
Let's for serve.
How about that placement? It's pretty good.
Yeah,
Not that placement, I'm talking about the serve.
And it's such a good point that you're making, Ted, that they are only 5 days apart, so they've known each other since the junior years. And you could see Sabalenka here attacking the forehand side of Hon over and over and over again. It is the shot that she struggles on at times. Looking pretty solid so far.
And Sabalenka through the game for 3-1. All right, follow the lead. I did this earlier tonight. Download the US Open app to follow your favorite players, score, stats, match highlights, and new this year, live 3D views of all singles matches. You can get it on the Apple App Store or the Google Play Store, the US Open app.
Wait, please. Thank you. Oh. 15 love.
It's the first time I've seen Hon live, and my first impression, man, she rips at the ball. Impressed. Seems like she had pretty good speed on the racket.
Well, it has to be said, she had a really, really terrible hip injury that took her out for an entire year, which she endured during the pandemic,
30 love.
and has been struggling with injuries on and off since she's had that 1 year hip injury. So that might have contributed to why we haven't seen her earlier, because she has got some game, that's for sure.
And that point about qualifying, and now it's a $100,000 first round fee. Significant for a player like this. She's never been inside the top 100. And persevering through the injuries, as you talked about, at 26. But still give it a shot.
Oh. 40-15. 40-30. Let's full serve. Out.
Okay, there's a hold for Hon. So first game break of serve for Sabalenka, holding up right now, 3-2.
First set.
It's looking, think about it sitting here for so many years, the historic stadium.
Out. 15 love.
Wow.
Yes.
She made that. No reaction from
Come on,
her.
Anton. Let her rip.
He's like, please move your legs. This was not good enough. And she just made the most coordinated movement in tennis, being with your back to the court and still finding it. And he's like, yeah, move your feet, please. Come on. We're not here for fun. Oh, what a great play. And I really like this advance she is making here, Hon, to take those second serves early. Sneaks in. She starts right behind the baseline and then sneaks in to try and take the ball early.
Sitting here trying to think about, the great tennis history of Australia. And of course, De Minaur has made himself a top 10 player this year on the men's side. We know Ash Barty would be at the top had she not retired. Right now, there's only one Aussie in the WTA top 100.
Oh, wow.
Which I'm stunned by that. Aryna Sabalenka, who's not playing, or sorry, she has not played yet here. Aryna Sabalenka is 97 right now. Only player in the top 100. So you see Sam Stosur sitting over there, and she's got to be thinking, all right, we got to work on that here.
And she is so knowledgeable in the world of tennis. Sam Stosur, both a great singles and doubles player. She has a lot of experience to share with these young players.
30. 15.
Now, Priscilla Hon has found her footing after the first game.
Yeah, absolutely. She's doing a really nice job in trying to change the paces and the rhythms. And I really like her service motion. It's nice and quick, very hard to read. You can see right there.
That's good, perfect timing.
Yeah.
And so again, the difference right now is the break by Sabalenka in game one. Aryna Sabalenka has had to climb up the ladder to succeed in majors. One set away last year.
15 round.
And so the obvious focus for her this year is this the year that she clears the hurdle here.
Good defending from Hon, but Ted, that's what I really like and admire about Sabalenka, that she's never shy to talk about her goals. She always talks about her aspirations and that she wants to win the title, and I think that sends out a nice message to the rest of the field why she came to New York.
30-15. Out. 40-15.
Continues to make strides on those second serves of Sabalenka's Priscilla Hon.
It's the same play we referenced. How far inside the baseline was she there?
Sabalenka wins 5 games to 3.
And that's what Sabalenka does so well. She's able to up the pace on her serve, right? She can serve safe, but she saw, oh, Priscilla is coming in. She's taking my second serve early. I have to do a bit more. And she put a bit more kick on it, a bit more pace.
Love 15. Out. 15 all.
Only the 9th Grand Slam match in Hon's career. We just saw somebody play his first and push a top player.
Out. 15-40.
There was Sabalenka for the finish. So Sabalenka breaks in the first game and then the final game of the set. She takes the first 6-3. 3 semis and 1 quarter. That's across the 4 slams. That's impressive.
Very impressive. And that quarter that she lost, she was very sick. That was earlier this year.
Sure, right.
At Roland Garros.
But 6 of the last 7, she's been at least in the semis.
Yeah, absolutely.
Out. 15 all.
And then again, you think back, it's not that many years ago when that was the question, was she was so good, except she couldn't have it happen at the major. She's thrown that out the window.
Now there's a classic Sabalenka, big serve, first shot, +1, exactly.
30-15.
I do think that she has worked on her all-court game a lot more. You will see her incorporate the slice, appear at the net, have a few more angles. She will always be a very powerful, aggressive player, but those little details of an all-court game, they just give her a plan B in case she doesn't have the best day, in case she is missing a lot of first serves or ground strokes. So she will just get better with time.
Game, Sabalenka. First game, second set.
All right, first game. Took about 45 seconds.
And put a stamp on the second set.
And we saw, or we spoke rather in the first set about what this means for a Priscilla Hon, just being able to qualify in. It's also, this is only the second top 10 player she's ever played. Played Svitolina 6 years ago in a match. I was talking about the Aussie women.
15 all.
I think Priscilla Hon is from Brisbane, which will be an Olympic city in 8 years. So Olympic tennis will be there in 8 years.
Nice venue.
You've got to believe in Australia, they're thinking, all right, we need to make sure we have some players because we all know what a home country Olympics means. And as a very quick aside, you, of course, were calling Olympic tennis yourself in Paris. And the reaction of Djokovic, I think it's impossible to doubt its sincerity in any way, what it meant to bring that, not for him, but for his country.
I think anybody who has ever doubted that tennis players don't care about medals, if they saw, not only Novak, Chin-Wen,
Absolutely.
Everyone. I think you just saw it. Also how devastated Carlos Alcaraz was afterwards.
Exactly. Well said.
Yeah. I think there might be players who don't want to go to play there. It's not as important to them, and they maybe weren't there. But everyone who was there really left their heart out on the court. That is a job well done by Hon to manage to get to the net with somebody playing so aggressively as Sabalenka is doing. She's really showing her money's worth here, Hon, and that she belongs on this kind of stage more frequently.
Well, that's a nice first response for Hon after Sabalenka blasted through her game.
Just beautiful footwork when it comes to adjustment steps. Those are the little steps you need to get yourself into a perfect position so you can strike the ball as hard as Sabalenka does with enough safety and margin on it. She does such a great job with those tiny little steps right before she hits the ball.
Man, that's got to be. You see someone is.
That's a great question, Ted. And I've watched so many and called so many matches of her that I've made out a pattern. And it's either the first strike players who play very similar to Sabalenka, like Rybakina, or the players who are able to change the pace on her and outlast her in the first two shots, like the Coco Gauffs, the Świąteks. Karolina Muchova, who has beaten Sabalenka before, twice I think even. And they are able, Iga Świątek and Coco Gauff both have that heavy forehand that gets a little bit out of her strike zone.
There you go.
Muchova has the slice.
Right.
And then Rybakina just can match her in the serve power in the first shot.
Could Ostapenko?
Ostapenko. She doesn't have a good enough serve, I think, to just hang with her as easily. Of course she can. Ostapenko can do anything. I think anyone who has followed her knows that.
Also obviously in the other half of the draw, so that would eliminate the potential here. Chinwen
also has that heavy forehand,
which is potential quarterfinal here.
And that's why I'm really admiring how Hon has appeared on the court today, because she has the right game plan in place. She's trying to change the rhythm. She's trying to change the height above the net, the pace. But when Sabalenka is playing well on hard courts, I do think she is probably the best hard court player of all the women on tour right now.
Yeah, Hon hung in there at that point. I mean, it is. You watch this kind of thing, it's like watching the boxing. How many body blows can you absorb?
Can you take, yeah. Well, if you remember last year's final, that was exactly how Coco Gauff got that title. She was running everything down until Sabalenka, and that's the only thing which makes her very good as well, but that's her only sometimes little weakness. She has no patience. She wants it now, and she wants everything at once. And then sometimes she rushes in those rallies.
And just when you think there isn't an extra gear, Sabalenka hits that shot.
Sabalenka wins 3-1.
Yeah, it's a very impressive performance. Priscilla Hon is playing a very good match, and it's all Sabalenka.
Out. 15-all. 30-15.
Has incorporated that move a lot more this season. Sabalenka, the transition to the net. Worked on it in the off season with her team. You can see the roads diverging here a little bit.
Yes, yes, you can.
And this is, I have to say, mesmerizing to me in this humidity that she's playing without wristbands. So Aryna, she never has wristbands on.
That's a good point. Yeah. Again, the roof has been closed for this entire match. There's a chance of light rain outside. I can't tell you if it has because we're inside.
Deuce.
Sabalenka was certainly paying attention to the last match while she was awaiting, and she knows don't want to give anybody hope.
Deuce. Advantage, Sabalenka.
Now the first serve is still what you'd expect. She's lost 4 points on the first serve.
Yeah. Yes.
Nice. Nice, making the most of it.
Great hand there on the stretch. Let's take another look. Yeah, well done. And this is where you can see that Sabalenka is not quite yet a natural net player. Otherwise, she would have been much closer.
And which leads me to the question, does she have to be?
Does she have to be a natural?
Does she have to be a net player?
She doesn't know. I think it's important for her game to have those transitions to the net, because it will be much easier against players like Świątek, like Gauff, who move so well, to end points without having to play them over and over again. And you can see here what I was talking about earlier. Sabalenka sometimes loses patience and starts to rush in rallies, and that's what she's been doing in the past few points. Something to keep an eye on. Can she bail herself out?
Whoa! The first break point of the match, and Hon cashes in.
Sabalenka leads 3 games
Still
to 2
alive.
second sets, and by 1 set to love.
Well, let's see if Priscilla Hon could back it up here. And I'm watching that point again, your moment ago comment.
59.
I'm watching Priscilla Hon running things down, staying in there.
Yeah.
Like you said to Gauff.
That's the one thing that Sabalenka needs to figure out for herself, how to apply controlled aggression. What does that mean? Not rush, but wait for the right ball, for the right shot to pull the trigger. And sometimes she tries to go for too much from positions that are high risk and low percentage. And against the best players in the world, that becomes a problem, or against the best movers in the world. And Hon is doing a really great job in hanging in there, as you rightfully said, Ted. Now that was the perfect example. There was not a shot to go down the line on. It was very low. It was off the court. The angle was not there for it. It was above the highest part of the net. And that's just impatience.
Let's second serve. (14-15).
That was a return winner, all right. That qualifies. Hard to believe she's only had 2.
perfect. Absolutely perfect. Well done by both players. Really great point from Priscilla Hon as well.
Deuce.
And here she showed some great patience, Sabalenka, and some great hands to go with it.
Well, this was 40 love. And Sabalenka, it's like at 40 left, said, what the heck, I'm just going to crush this. And she's crushed a handful of these second serves. Four straight points and now a chance to break. And does it. Second serves.
Talk
The
about
5
a
points, I
return.
believe 4 of them were second serve returns.
Yeah. 4 return winners off the ground.
Man, how do you shake that off if you're hot from 40 love?
Love 15.
This might be the way. If Sabalenka gives it back to you.
Yeah, she's had some weird momentum swings where she runs away with 8 points straight and then just plays 3-4 very loose ones. $15.40. Can she do it again?
I'm just sitting here thinking, no way. No way. But with that serve percentage. one, let's see that one fly on her. Now Hon has a fourth try.
Deuce.
Why? In capital letters.
There was a brain freeze right there from Sabalenka. Had the entire court open. And built the point so well. Stayed so nicely in those cross-court rallies until she had the short one.
Deuce. Sabalenka.
She just, as every so often, Andrea, she just swings at a ball like, I say, I've had enough of this. That's what it feels like, watching it like that. Come on.
Yeah, and
stop this.
Yeah, that makes for great points, and it makes for games won after being down 40-love. But it also makes her go down 40-love in the first place.
Well, that was some combination. She broke from 40-love and held from love 40.
Yep.
Don't see that often.
Nope.
You know, Priscilla Hon has had some moments in this second set where you thought she had a chance to be in the match. And the two games that were just finished stand apart from most others. Hon was serving at 2-3 40-love and dropped her serve. And then Sabalenka was serving at love 40 and wound up holding for 5-2. Again, these moments have been so rare for Priscilla Hon. Her 26 years old. She didn't get through qualies in any of the three majors earlier this year, including her home country. And she won her way into this main draw for the first time as a qualifier.
And she really showed why. She showed some great tennis out there, overpowered by Sabalenka at times, but really showed some all-court game, tried to come to the net. Nice serving. She's trying to change the pace and rhythm. And she has done so successfully at times.
Well, you played Sabalenka. You said, I'm gathering from your reaction, it wasn't terribly pleasurable.
No, she destroyed me in practice and matches. No hard feelings.
Hon gets the hold, so now Sabalenka has the close to fall onto her serve. Trying to get the first of what she hopes are 7 down. Pet goes pick. And there's the finish for Sabalenka.
By 2 sets to love, 6-3, 6-3.
Had to wait a while and then took care of her business.
It was a up and down performance at times, but mostly very solid and as powerful as we are used to from Aryna Sabalenka. For me personally, the favorite to win.
That goes pick.
That goes pick.
That's what we called it.
And I think, Ted, I wonder what you think. I think she really wanted to get this over quickly, and that's why at times she was rushing.
Yes, I would totally agree.
Understandable. It is quite late. And she won't be sleeping for the next 3-4 hours, that's for sure. And what a great match and what a great tournament for Priscilla Hon here. Showed some real quality tennis and maybe a foreshadowing that we will see her more often on this stage.
Oh, that would be a hope. And for Sabalenka, first step, again, there are some really good players in her way, but we're going to hear from her in just a moment. Thinking ahead, you look at that little draw. Madison Keys, potential, 4th round.
Aryna, first-round matches can be tricky, especially when you're playing a qualifier who's coming in with matches under her belt. What positives are you taking away from this performance tonight?
Well, I think even though I didn't play my best tennis, I think I was fighting for every point, and I was trying to use kind of like any strokes which was working today, and I was just trying to use it all. And yeah, I'm happy that even though I didn't feel my best on court today, I was able to win this match in straight set, especially against someone like her, a very tricky player. She played really aggressive, great tennis today, and yeah, wasn't easy facing her in the first round.
You had a shoulder issue earlier this summer and then got right back on the horse, winning in Cincinnati. Was that time away helpful in terms of coming in fresh?
I mean, yeah, definitely. That was much needed for me, and I took everything I could from that little pause, little kind of like rehab time, and yeah, hopefully it's gonna play well for me. And of course, thank you guys for staying that late, and thank you so much for all the support. Yeah, it was really amazing playing in front of you all. Thank you.
Aryna, before we let you go, the team TikTok game started well about a day ago. You guys were in the gym getting some work done. I need to know some more details. Who is the creative director? Who is writing the scripts? And what can we expect the rest of this 2 weeks?
I mean, my fitness coach, definitely my fitness coach. Jason is the creative one. I mean, guys, obviously, of course, me, I'm pushing them so hard. I have their passport, and if they're not going to do it, I'm not going to give their passport back, so that's the deal.
All right, well, we're following you on the court and on TikTok as well. Let's hear it one more time for Aryna Sabalenka.